Hi there, Alan again with another vid. Here I'm going to show you how to test, how to troubleshoot no sensor error on a Vari-Lite. Here we got a 2500 spot. First thing you want to do, this one has a cyan no sensor. So you want to make sure that your motor is moving correctly, smoothly, that it's powered correctly. You make sure that your connector is okay, that it's nice and tight. You make sure that your belt tension is okay. If the motor is not powered correctly, or if a connector is bad or something like that, those stepper motors, you can hear it when the power is not correctly applied to them, because they'll start making weird noises, and instead of moving freely like that, they'll move back and forth and they'll go like Arr! So you really hear it when something's wrong with the power on those motors. So you make sure that your belt tension is okay, and if everything seems correct here, you come on this side on the MCB, and what they did was they put test points. So let's say, trying to zoom in, focus. So here you have a fixed color wheel, cyan, dimmer. Underneath here you have amber, magenta, fixed gobo. All the way to the top you have for pan and tilt. So you have all these test points for the sensors. So I'm going to put myself on DC on my voltmeter, and I'll put the negative probe on one of the screws, and I'll go with the red probe into the cyan test point. So I'm going to set myself up because I'm working with one hand. I'll pause this video and I'll come back when I'm up and running. Just a sec. Okay, so I'm in between the screw and the cyan, and if I look at my voltmeter, it stays to a 4.8 volt. That's a 1. So it's like it always sees the sensor, and it doesn't go to 0 when it's not seeing it. So we could suspect that the sensor itself is broken. Because if I take, just for comparison, I have my amber that is moving also. So I'm going to set my probes on the amber. I'll pause this and come back, and I'll show you the difference when the sensor is working correctly. So here I'm on the amber test point. You see how it moves from 4.8 to 0. That's a 0, that's a 1, 0, 1. So it means that this sensor is working correctly. So if we remember here on the cyan, it stayed at 5 volts. So even though the motor is running and the black spot on the wheel is going through the sensor, because the wheel is spinning freely, and we know that this part is okay. So since it's not moving here, it could be the wiring from your sensor board all the way to your MCB. So you check the wiring, but more than likely it will be the sensor here, because we saw that it stayed at 5 volts and it didn't go down. So a quick recap: you make sure that your motor spins, you make sure that all connections are okay, you make sure that your belt tension is okay, and if your motor seems to be running smoothly and good, you come to the motherboard, and then you go in between one screw and your test point. If it stays at the same voltage, it could be a low level, it could be a high level, but if it stays and never moves, then the sensor is bad. And if it seems to be moving, going from a high level to a low level, from a 5 volt to a 0 volt, but still get a cyan, let's say, error still, then the problem is on this side of the card. It will be on the MCB itself. So that'll be a little harder to troubleshoot. If not, then you just come, replace either the sensor board or we buy those OPB 610s from on the web. We just order them. Strips, we change them by the hundreds. So we just buy a lot of them. So there you go. Quick way to troubleshoot the no sensors on the Vari-Lite. Cool, very cool thing with the test points and everything. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll come back with some more vids. Thanks for watching.